I occasionally, when I go to events, I do that all the time, by the way. And it freaks out my staff and the people I speak to. Because I'll go into the event, I will receive my briefing paper, I'll have my talking points, but the very first thing I will often do is speak to somebody who's working the event and say, what would you like me to say? And that usually freaks them out because they think, oh my God, he's completely unprepared. And my staff worries about that too. But there's a reason I do that. There's a reason I always ask. And because usually what I hear from somebody is something really interesting and fascinating. And I get a deeper understanding of what whoever it is I'm speaking with is trying to achieve. And they'll tell me what's most important about what they do. So I did love that. Leverage, scale, impact. And that's our challenge. And I said it's great to be here because I'm surrounded by all of you who are thinking about these questions. It's why I'm in Seattle. It's why I volunteered in my neighborhood, volunteered with the Sierra Club, started my own little nonprofit, Great City, ultimately ran for mayor. Because I fundamentally believe in the values and ideals that are being espoused. And of course, change is hard. How do you create change? I consider myself to be a student of change. Not that I haven't yet learned everything that needs to be done, because we know that there's a lot that needs to be changed. And sometimes it can get daunting, and sometimes it can get challenging. You go, how can we get all this done? And I've been thinking a lot about change this year, because this year happens to be the 50th anniversary of the Seattle World's Fair. And I was sitting on stage when we kicked it off at Seattle Center, the fairgrounds. We kicked off the Next 50 celebration. And John Keister from Almost Live, you may remember him, was talking, and he was talking about the World's Fair. It was the city of the future. It was the city of the future. And he talked about, they were imagining what the city of the future would be. And it would be flying cars and jetpacks and monorails everywhere. And he said, what happened? We ended up with a mayor that wants us to ride a bicycle. What happened? Everybody laughed, and I laughed too. Right? As Yogi Berra said, the future ain't what it used to be. So, and we've been having some fun with that, looking back at that image of the Next 50, this kind of Jetsons-like future. And while we've been having some fun with that, it was also actually very deeply inspiring to me to meet people who were there 50 years ago to launch it. We actually heard John F. Kennedy's words. He spoke over the phone to kick it off, over the phone. And as I was reflecting on that idea of the city of the future and what it meant, you think about it. 50 years ago, the people that were in this rain-soaked corner of the continent, people, Washington, they had to put on a map. Seattle, Washington, different from the other Washington, so the rest of the world would know where it was. They said, we're going to put this place on the map. And they said they're going to put this place on the map by being forward-looking and thinking of the future. And they planted a ton of seeds there, right? Technological innovation. And we have the Pacific Science Center still there. Arts and culture, creativity, innovation. They planted those seeds. They said, that's how we will be the city of the future. And you know what? 50 years later, we were just talking about the wonderful rankings of the Bainbridge Graduate Institute. And we see this all the time. I went to China with some of our green building developers. And they know about Seattle. They know about Starbucks. They know about Amazon. They know about Boeing. They know that we're green. They know that we're working on building the most energy efficient buildings in the world. And they got it right 50 years ago, didn't they? They got it right. They said this place will be a city of the future by focusing on innovation and creativity. And we're not going to be a place that just looks at what we have and says it's good enough. We're going to be forward-looking. Now, the challenges are different, right? It's not about how much energy you can apply to a problem, but how you can do something with less energy, right? So we can reduce our fossil fuel use. We're rediscovering some of our old places, like our wonderful historic districts. We're rediscovering that a walkable community with streetcars is actually a pretty good thing. But we're also going to connect it all up with broadband and fiber optic cable. We have challenges then. 50 years ago, we faced challenges about being a diverse society. Those challenges are even greater today. We have people coming from all over the world, people coming here by choice, people coming here because they're fleeing hardship. And the city of the future will be the city that shows everybody what it means to have people from diverse populations living together, giving everybody the opportunity to share in prosperity, environmentally sustainable and healthy, safe communities. That's the city of the future that we have to all work on. That is what you all are working on. And this is the last thing I want to say to you. 50 years ago, they said that they were going to be the city of the future. And we can stand here today and know that we have an amazing reputation all around the world for everything I just spoke about, right? For entrepreneurialism, for environmental sustainability, for our idealistic values, you know? We're known for that. And we have that reputation because of you folks in this room. You built that reputation. You built it over the years. You built it by staying true to what you believe in. And I just can't tell you how proud I am to be mayor of a city like this, in this place, with these ideals, with you people, because I know you're going to make it the city of the future for a long, long time to come. Thank you.